Serious and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who's anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord to do his will, I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, patient like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Paint Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate. African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lies sound promising. Prophecy, gift and a curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, Amy murdered Botham and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priests bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ice agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game, put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Wave that One West cover out that window. Let them know I'm coming with my kinfolk. Red letter ski mask on, but I don't really ski though. Bullets ball head like they going through chemo. I slide on them Tony Hawk type. Better get your thoughts right. Jumping high on walls, this ain't Fortnite. Red dot, it kinda make it way too easy for a headshot. I put you under wing, it turned into a headlock. I told my niggas think it's time to put the pressure on. You bring that paper, told her throw a little extra on. We go to war and see a murder one, you murder two, it ain't the same degree. Better up into a capital offense for them dollars, but it really don't make sense. Guns behind tents with some liquor and we riding down the freeway. Slide on them, spin the block and replay, so we slide again.
You know my position, I'm on standby. Ain't no competition, it's a landslide. Or you a rider, motherfucker. Ride again.
Book of Hosea, chapter 7, verse 8. He hath mixed himself among the people.
That's what you need to understand what cake unturned means. You need that. Ephraim, he has mixed himself among the people. What does it mean to mix himself among the people? That's what Black people used to call passing back in the day. Integration, right? Integration is what Ephraimites and the tribe of Judah did as well in the Americas, right? Because Ephraim wanted to marry into their slave master's family. A white whore that they could have had sex with for money in a strip club. And that's the, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just need a second. Give me 1 second. Just so I can break it down one time, all right? But since we're waiting, we might as well have a drink. Goddamn. Just ain't got nothing else to do. Just drink out. Just drink this. I ain't doing nothing else anyway. Let me know when you're ready. Everyone, please stand by, okay? Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Good. Testing. Wait a minute. Okay. Going back to the question about what what does it mean in the Bible in the book of Hosea when it says Ephraim is as a cake unturned? Ephraim is the so-called Puerto Ricans. This is Hosea speaking to the so-called Latinos, so-called Hispanics, telling them that they choose to mix in with a people who are not worthy to be among them. They want to be with them. If you want to understand it, just understand what Black people, the tribe of Judah, do right now in America. Okay, keep going. Mm-hmm.
Ephraim is a cake not turned.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9. Strangers devoured his strength.
Strangers devoured his strength. Why do they want to mix in with the other nations? Why do they want to marry a heathen, marry a white man? For the same reason that Black people want to marry white women. Why? Because we're weak now. And in our weakness, we lose our self-respect. And when you lose your self-respect, you think you can gain respect by associating yourself with white people. You understand that concept, I'm sure. Keep going. Have we got to your
verse 9.
Have we got to your point yet? Or is it coming?
No, that was my point.
Okay, well, let's just go straight to the cake not turned, and I'll break that down.
That was in verse 8. It was a cake not turned.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. But you.
That's the point. Like, meaning, Ephraim isn't, a cake is like a loaf of bread, right? A cake not turned is a loaf of bread that hasn't risen. It's not cooked. You get my point? And because it's not cooked, it's weak. Didn't rise. Because it's weak is the reason that so-called Latinos would rather be half white. I talked to so many Latinos, brother, when I was in the world. And I remember when I came into the truth, I began to ask them, well, what do you think you are? And they would always say, well, nobody knows what a Latino is because we're all mixed white. All of us are, we're just half white. And I go, why are you half white? You know, why aren't Black people half white? I'm sure we've been with white people a long time. And we absolutely have light-skinned Black people. The concept that every Latino is half white is the same reason that virtually every Black person will tell you that someone is white, they're related to George Washington, or they'll try to associate themselves with someone that they respect because they don't respect themselves. Latinos are no more mixed with another nation than Black people are mixed with any nation. Of course, no Black person says, well, we're all half African. You know, some of us are Israelite and the rest African. It's a sign of a lack of self-esteem. You get my point? That's what cake unturned means. Please, Warrior. Microphone. They can't hear you online without the mic up. You got it.
Sir, would that be in Latin America the concept called blancamiento?
Absolutely. Explain it.
I'm not that familiar with it. I know that in early 20th century, it would be a more pushing of white culture.
They want to be white. And that's
Spanish, Portuguese.
There you go.
And even German.
It's like this desire to be white.
Yeah.
And of course, believing that having lighter skin makes you better because you can compare yourself to white people. The tribe of Judah does the exact same thing. We call it colorism in the tribe of Judah, where if you're lighter skinned, that is better. Why? Because it reminds people of being white. You have the video Ephraim that I gave you a few months ago about the birth of racism. The birth of racism, the whole concept of whiteness, you can see it, brother. The whole birth of racism came from the Spaniards. It was during the time when the Spaniards were at war with the Jews and at war with the Muslims, around the time of the First Crusade. They were fighting the Jews and fighting the Muslims. You'll understand what I mean by Jew when I finish my statement. Because they were at war with the Jews, Christianity is you can look at someone and tell if they're Christian. Christians don't have a look. So they begin to try to figure out, well, how can we know who to kill? Since you can't look at somebody and tell they go to church. You can't look at somebody and tell that they, go to church on Sunday. How will we know who to kill? And they figured it out. Anyone who looks more like an Arab and anyone who looks more like a Jew is less Christian than someone who looks like the people in Rome. And that tells you what the Jews look like, because they said anyone who looks like an Arab and anyone who looks like a Jew is dark skin, which means they're not really Christian the way they're Christians in Rome, because they knew the Jews were black. They knew the Jews were the same complexion as Arabs. And that was the birth of whiteness. Now, it took them 200 years until they finally accomplished looking at someone who, if you're lighter skinned, then you must be closer to white people, which means you're closer to Christian. And if you're darker skinned, you must be closer to a Jew. You must be, because they're dark skinned. Everybody understands. Come on, warrior. Microphone.
Just to add on to that, I remember growing up, because my father's had little kids. They had a meal where it's just black beans and white rice, and we called them cristiano and mujer, Christians and mujer.
That's an amazing thing. You should remember that, brother. That's good history. Give him a hand. God damn. That is amazing. Well, that is exactly, the brother can show you the video. That's in history, and we all grew up under that. Every light-skinned black person knows what I'm talking about. They felt that same thing, like, well, I must be white. I'm white, so I'll get more privileges. Or I'm too dark, I'll get less privileges. Every tribe goes through the exact same thing. In the back, you leave the microphone. Anyone has a question, you have to step up, all right, to get the mic. Good answer. Go ahead.
Lucky, I want
Please.
to know, like, those that don't know in the world because they try to come into the truth, but don't really know what they're doing. If somebody makes a mistake and they feel like they have to leave the truth, can they still try to fight their way to come back into the truth through the misunderstanding?
If someone is in the world, they're coming out the world, they come into the truth, and they make errors, right? Like any man might. And so then they leave the truth. Can they come back? Is that your question?
Like a lost sheep.
They better. That's the question. That's the answer, brother. If you leave the truth, you better come back. You don't have an option. The Bible says what? Precept. A wise man falls 7 times, right? A wise man falls down 7 times. What makes him so wise? The getting up again. Do you understand? That's why he's wise. The Bible also says, watch that ye stand, lest ye fall. If you're standing, make sure you. So those of you brothers that are in the truth and have never fall, never be like brothers that have to get back up. I've made a career of making sure. I look at people leave the truth all the time. I forget their names. I name them. I give someone else the name. It means nothing to me when someone leaves the truth. Nothing at all, right? But this thing I do glean from their era. I make sure to never be like them. Never. You get my point? That's what I have to do. I have to make sure that I stand, or else I will fall. But if I was someone that fell, then I better get back up. You understand? Good to go. Anything else? Microphone. If not, I'll take any questions. Any questions online? I can, Cesar, if everybody want to eat, you can eat at will. All right. Good.
If we could give a quick shout out to the zones joining us.
Please.
We got Colleen with us.
If Colleen and Big Texas. Lord, we'll be down. We'll be in Texas, I think, in 2 weeks. Seems like tomorrow. The Passover is here again. It just stopped. I just got back from the Passover. It's here again. We'll be down in Colleen at the 57th annual Passover to see Commanding General Yohana and to be with each other and to remember our King who wishes he could be there with us. Please, warrior. Go ahead.
I'll break down Ecclesiastes 7, chapter 7, verse 11.
Please, cut OKC.
Laugh no man to scorn. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Laugh no man to scorn in the bitterness of his soul.
Mm-hmm.
For there is one which humbleth and exalteth.
Mm-hmm. You want to break down on that?
Please.
El orgullo preside a la caída. What does that mean? That means that when you're proud, you're going to fall. Right? That's what happens. Never be proud enough to laugh someone to death. That's an evil thing to do to a man, and you're the one everyone is going to laugh at next. That's how it works. Many in our culture, in the Black and Latino culture, I forget what they might call it, something different in New Jersey. What do you call it up here when you just take some brother on a basketball court and berate him until he shoots you? What are y'all got, the dozens or bussing? I think we called it bussing on him, or I'm sure you got a name for that. Ephraim, you got a name for that? Go ahead. Cracking on them. There's every, Black and Latino culture, we have some, it's cultural where you just berate somebody and make fun of them and make fun of them. And it's your recreation. Well, that's a terrible thing to do. And doing things like that is one reason that we can't have brotherhood and sisterhood, because we enjoy hurting each other. It's recreational. We have fun hurting each other, and you're not going to love each other. You're not going to care about each other if you're doing that to one another. You understand? That's that precept. That's what that's about. All right. Anything else, please, Jersey?
Mm-hmm. Is there a ranking system amongst the angels?
Is there a ranking system among the angels? Absolutely. Everything we do in the Israelite School of UPK is what they do in heaven, which is our entire goal. Precept: thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. That's what Jesus Christ came here as Adam to set up. Jesus Christ was up there and he created the order and the peace and the unity that is in the kingdom of heaven. He was sent down here to do the same. And that was the whole purpose. Precept about the ranking order: the word archangel, that word you can look it up in the Bible. The archangel Uriel did this. Uriel in Hebrew is Ariala, right? There are archangels: Archangel Michael, Ariala, or Uriel in the Latin or Greek or whatever the hell it is. What are the other two? Gabriel or Gabariala. What's the other one? It begins with an H in Hebrew. H. What is that? Healing means healing angel. Raphael, Salaki. Raphael or Raphael, right? Raphael or Raphael. It's in the Latin or Greek. Those are the four archangels. Also, the Bible says that there is no angel that is like unto Jesus Christ. He outranks those archangels. Then you have angels, and the Bible says this: the angels, each one of them, there's a term that means like their job, like their circuit is a biblical phrase. It means like each angel has his circuit. Tazari, find that for me. It's a phrase that means, I can't remember it, but it's like, if you got an angel that does this, an angel that does that, angel that does this, and the Bible in Revelation speaks about how every angel is in their job, and the particular job that they have. You have angels that give the Most High, that guard the Most High. You have 24 elders that sit around his throne, giving him counsel. You have Satan, who is in charge of all demons, the Lord of demons, Baalzebub. You have the four beasts that sit around his throne with eyes all over them, eyes everywhere. Why? Because they see everything, because they protect him. And they're beasts, they're animals. So imagine, guard dogs, except these guard dogs are covered in eyes because they see everything and they do nothing day and night but praise the name of the Most High. And so there's a term where it tells you that every angel is in a sector, some term that means like section or something like that. All right. Good to go, please.
So the word
chief. Ark is like an arch, meaning it's above your head. You understand? That's what the term ark means. Good. Please, Ephraim. I'm sorry. One more in the class. Jersey, you got it. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me get Ephraim first on the topic, and then I'll come back to you. You got it. Satan is the angel in charge of the earth. That's Satan. Satan is in charge of here. Precept. Job 1:7. The Most High asked Satan, "From where comest thou?" Satan said, "From walking to and fro, up and down in the earth." That's where Satan is. This is his realm. He rules this place. You have angels that sit at the Lord's throne. Angels that take messages back and forth, up and down in the precept known as Jacob's ladder, where Jacob had a vision of angels going. He saw a ladder going to heaven, from heaven to the earth. And he saw angels going up and down that ladder, taking messages from the earth to the Most High and back. Everybody understands. Satan's job is to rule this planet Earth. Another precept. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Satan rules this place we're living in right now. He's the Lord of the air. You get my point? Is there anything else? Please, where were you? You from New Jersey up? Say again? Syracuse. Give Syracuse a hand. Good to see you up. Go ahead. Please.
I get teaching purposes, a breakdown on Revelation 14, 3-4.
because, by us saying about, 144,000, the church would say that due to, it says virgin in here, that we can't be because we have ribs. So
say it one more time.
due to, we say we're 144,000.
Right. Or working to be.
Working to be.
Go ahead.
And it says about being virgins in the scripture. They say that we're not because.
So who do the Christians say that the 144,000 is?
They don't never really talk about it.
well, let me tell you, if I can give you a bit of fatherly advice, always be on the offense. Right? They're putting you on the defense. You need to explain this. They don't. You get my point? Whenever you battle someone, don't defend, attack. Always attack. So if they're saying that it can't be you, you don't need to prove that it is us. They need to prove that it's only young girls who haven't had sex. And how are you going to find them when they're being molested by the Christians? The Christians are making sure there aren't going to be any 144,000 because they're molesting every girl that goes to church. The minute that she can walk, 6 years old, a girl gets molested in the church. Well, how are we going to have the 144,000 like that? You understand? You want to always attack them, always, constantly, never stop. You get the point. Now I'll explain. All right. Anything you can read it whenever you're ready. Please.
The book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne. And before these are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever.
Let's just deal with the virgin part. So of course, if they're saying that this is the 144,000, that would mean no preacher that has a woman could ever be in the 144,000, right? No preacher that has a woman could ever. If you have what's the woman that Broad always comes up with the preacher? She sits next to him all the time. The first lady. Anyone with a first lady automatically couldn't be a member of the 144,000. As the Christian is battling you, he hasn't really thought out his breakdown on this because that would exclude Martin Luther King because of Coretta Scott King. That would exclude virtually every preacher who has a wife. It would exclude all of them. And the Christian hasn't even thought about that. This is not talking about actual sex. This is not talking about an actual woman precept. I'll give you a few off the top of my head. You want the whore that sitteth upon many waters. You're familiar with that, right? The Bible calls it a whore. What is that speaking about, that precept, if you're familiar with it? The whore, the whore that sitteth upon many waters in the book of Revelations, right? Are you familiar with that? If not, we can grab it. You want to give me that? Also give me where the Most High said that I was a husband unto thee. That's in Jeremiah, the 3rd chapter, right? Let me hear it. Yeah, okay, I think that's not laser perfect on the target. I probably would go to where Paul said, there you go. I have espoused you, that one. I would go there because you're looking for the precepts that speak about marriage, not meaning a man and a woman, but meaning married to the Most High. And they haven't slept with some whore. They haven't done that. It's a metaphor for being someone that only has one husband, that is married to the Lord, that is not a whore. You get my point? It's a metaphor. It's not talking about actual sex. Remember, this is a vision. The entire book of Revelations, everything you're reading is a dark saying about something else, like every dream that anyone has. You get my point? Give me one or two of those precepts. You can be seated, but see it. Please sit down. Go ahead.
2 Corinthians 11:2.
Please.
For I'm jealous over you with a godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ.
That's your precept. This is Paul. Paul is saying, I'm jealous over you with a godly jealousy. Jealous over who? His men, the future 144,000. These men that he's raising up to rule a righteous kingdom. And Lord knows we need one. If you see the world that we're in now, that Satan is in control of, the world that raised you, the world you grew up in, and think about how it's only getting worse. That's it. We need a righteous kingdom, brother. And to have a righteous kingdom, we're going to need to find righteous leaders before the righteous kingdom gets here. That's how it works. This is Paul telling his men that he's jealous over them, meaning what? He doesn't want someone else to have them. He doesn't want some false prophet or some charlatan to trick all of his men out of the truth. He's jealous over them. He knows the Christians are trying to get you. He knows the Muslims are trying to get you. He knows that your past, your traumas are trying to take you. He's jealous over you with a godly jealousy, for he has espoused you to one husband. What's an espousal? It's a courtship. It's like being, what's that word they use? Engaged. It's that, with a godly jealousy, for he has espoused you to one God, and you are what again, Tazaryak? As chaste.
As a chaste virgin.
There you understand that now, right? Syracuse? It's a metaphor. It's not literal. Please. It's a metaphor. That's all. You pull that precept on the Christian, I can watch him cry. All right? Go ahead. No sweat.
So a quick shout out to the other zones joining us.
You got it?
Pittsburgh is with us.
Give the bird a hand. See you, Pittsburgh. You got it.
We got Dallas in here.
Dallas. Big Texas down there in Dallas. Give him a hand. Go ahead. Milwaukee. Give Milwaukee a hand. Trinidad. Come on, Trini. You got it.
And of course, we are live here in Jersey City, New Jersey.
Live in Jersey City, the bricks. Get it on. All right, please, up front. You got it.
Yes, sir.
He's good. You good? You want the water out? No, sorry. Go ahead.
Can I have a better understanding of Genesis chapter 4, verse 13?
Please.
15.
Please, see at that time. You can sit down, Warrior. It's fine. Go
I can't see that. He explained it, but it's still, I still need a little bit more understanding of it.
No problem.
It seems like the Most High protected Cain.
Yeah.
Should I go?
No hay problema. Just read it, brother. No problem.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Verse 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth.
Let me give everyone the context of what you're reading about. What the brother is reading about is when Cain murdered his brother Abel. He murdered his brother Abel. Now the Most High God was going to curse him and hurt him because he was the first recorded murderer. Good to go? So now the Most High gave him his punishment. He told him that now you're going to go on your belly for the rest of your life, meaning you're going to be a low down, dirty snake. That's what you're going to be. No one will ever trust you. And the only way you will eat is on your belly. You're going to have to steal and lie and invade countries to eat. That's what you're going to have to do. The white man doesn't make any money off of being creative, off of some talent, off of some, blessing from God. The white man makes money because of his cruelty, because he has an ability to be cruel that other people just don't have. Other people try to fight the white man, brother, and he just will do things that cannot be done. Right? You look at the history of New Jersey, Yak, and many criminals in New Jersey during the drug era tried to fight the mafia in New Jersey, tried their best because they were drug dealers. They sold heroin, and the mafia sold heroin. And they said, yeah, we can come up against them. No, you can't. No, you can't. You're not going to murder everyone. You're not going to kill their mother, kill all the witnesses, kill everybody. You're a drug dealer, but you can't be like him. You don't have the stomach to do what the mafia did in New Jersey. You think you do when you try to fight them over territory or drugs. Many criminals and criminal organizations. New Jersey is famous for having some black famous criminal, some Hispanic famous criminal that said, I'm going to go come up against the mob, the mafia. Oh boy. And then you find out you just don't have the stomach to do what they're going to do. You're just not like them. And that's a good thing. That's good, because that's the only way they'll ever eat. But you have blessings and gifts that if you could utilize them, you would rule the world, not just some ghetto. Everyone understands. Continue.
Verse 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid.
Cain said, I heard your punishment, and it's too much. It's too much for me to bear. You've driven me out from the face of the earth, meaning I'm not going to be able to be around people anymore. People were on the earth, in the valleys where they were fertile and green and you could grow crops. The white man had to leave the face of the earth and go up into the mountains. And now today, the Caucasus Mountains are where these devils come from. The Caucasians come from the Caucasus Mountains. And even after they left the mountains, they build skyscrapers everywhere to have that same feeling of being in some stone cave far above everyone else. That's where they were driven to, up into the mountains, on Mount Seir in the land of Israel, and later on the Caucasus Mountains. They're troglodytes, cave dwellers. This is the precept telling you that the white man is who exactly we say he is in the UPK, because he was driven from the face of the earth, and we're ruled by a caveman today. Keep going.
And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond.
And I shall be a what?
A fugitive and a vagabond.
Everyone is going to hate me. I'm going to be a fugitive and a vagabond. I'm going to be a bum. I'm going to have to constantly move, constantly leave. White people, if they hate blacks and Latinos so much, why didn't they just stay in Russia or in Europe? You could have just stayed there and there would have been no Latinos. You hate Mexicans so much. You hate Latinos so much. Live in Ireland. Stay there. Stay in Germany. Stay in Switzerland with the Vikings. Stay in Norway, where you don't have to be sickened by the fear that Latinos will make more babies than you. You don't have to go through that. You just stay in Norway. Why not? Oh, no, they could never stay in Norway because they would die there. They have to leave. They have to go find food and water and gold and silver somewhere. They couldn't just stay in their perfect world without blacks and Latinos that they had in Norway, they had in Greenland, they had in Finland. No. They're vagabonds. They're always going to leave, always moving, always like a grubby rat looking for more crumbs. A vagabond, they're bums, which is what the word vagabond means. And a fugitive. What does it mean to be a fugitive? He just murdered his brother. Everyone, I'm good, the word warrior. Everyone is going to hate him. So he's on the run. He's on the run today. The white man tonight is terrified of terrorism, scared of sleeper cells, always afraid someone is going to hurt him because he's always hurting someone else. And that's how if you kill other people's children, then I don't have to be a prophet to tell you what's going to happen next. They're going to want to kill your children. If you hurt people and destroy their community, then they're going to want to destroy yours. So what does that make you? A fugitive on the run from justice. Justia. Always on the run. Continue. No, justicia. Well, what's justice in Spanish? Justicia, right? Justicio? Justicia. Say it again. I like justicia. Is that good? Well, what's more normal to say? Justicia. So to not pronounce the J like a J, but to pronounce it like a H in English. Justicia. Gracias. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
You get that? I'm a fugitive, so whoever finds me is going to kill me because I killed my brother. Continue.
Okay. Verse 15. And the Lord said unto him, sir, this is the part where I feel like the Most High protected him.
Let me help you out. This will make it simple for you. What you're feeling is true. It's exactly what happened. And it's more. It's far more than that, right? It's more than that. He absolutely did hear him, and he protected him. He absolutely did. Let's read it, and then I'll give you the other precept where he blessed him. Go ahead.
Okay. And the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slave came, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord said, a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him.
The Lord set a mark upon Cain, because without this mark, whoever found Cain was going to kill Cain. Then, of course, there would be no Edomites. There would be no children of Cain. Cain would have just been gone. The second someone found him, they would have murdered him. You get the point. Keep going.
Verse 16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt.
I think that's all you need. That's for your point. That's all you need. The Lord, what was the mark that he put upon Cain?
His skin complexion, sir.
Yeah, Cain, the so-called white man, is the only race who is not brown. Every race on the planet Earth is brown. Chinese people, they say they're yellow, but of course they're not actually the color of a banana. Chinese people, right? They're not yellow. They're brown. Hawaiians are brown. Arabs are brown. Latinos, Hispanics, brown. Black people, brown. Arabs, brown. Everyone on the planet Earth is brown, but one person. That's the mark of Cain, because he's red. Because red universally means you're on to it. You're deeper than where I was going. But that, of course, is why he's red, because his hands are stained with blood. But red universally means stop. Stop. Right? That red skin makes you go, I can't kill him. I can shoot him. I can shoot him. I can shoot him. I cannot shoot him. The safest person in the ghetto is some white man that walks down that block. No one is going to touch him. No one. Blacks and Latinos are looking to kill themselves. You get my point there? They're looking for someone that looks like them to be the enemy. That's how they'll know who their enemy is, because he looks like me. So if he looks like me, that's the one I have to shoot. Him. White people walking down the street, brother, goes, whoa, he's a cop. Whoa, he works for somebody. Whoa, he's the mayor. I don't know what the hell he is, but I'm staying away from him. Stop. Why to stop that? Because red is associated with blood, right? And it's supposed to freeze you. You get the point. So to your point, did God protect him? Absolutely, he did. Come on.
Why? He already blessed him with the
sword.
The sword.
Mm-hmm.
He protected him. That's the part I'm not getting.
No problem. Oh, it's in the Bible. It's absolutely in the Bible. I'll give you a second before I tell you, but it's all over the place. It's everywhere in the Bible. I don't want to ask you to give me the number. I don't want to say the word, so I'm going to look it up. Okay, this is where, and if I was in a time crunch out on the street, I would go right here for you. It's in the New Testament. We have other questions, right? Let's go to Romans 9:19. Romans 9:19. Before you go to it, you hold it for a second. You get it and then hold it, right? And I want you just to use logic based on what you just said. It's like a calculation, right? The Most High God protected him. And in that protection was to protect him against who? Whosoever. Anyone that finds me will kill me. So he is protected from everyone, which means if we're going to get ustia, correct? Justicia, how will we get it? It's right there. No man can do it, right? Every man will stop. He has this sign on him that says you can't. I know he's a murderer, but you can't take justice out for him. Justicia, you can't do it. You can't do that. I know he killed your brother. I know he enslaved your people. I know he did it. But you cannot do anything about it, which means what? Denele un aplauso. Give him a hand. Yes. That means God has to walk, and that's the point. You see, the white man is in control of this planet, not because of his skill, not because of his prowess at ruling planets and ruling the earth. The white man is in power because we refuse to do the will of God. And you will not get out of this punishment simply by hurting the person that God put in place to hurt you. You're going to have to go to God to get rid of the white man. You're going to have to do the thing you never want to do. The thing you never want to do, which is trust in the Lord thy God and serve him with all thy heart and all thy soul. And God will take out vengeance on the white man. He'll do it. And there's no other way to do it. He's blessed with the sword. God has him protected against anything that a man can do to him. Well, that puts me in a box. You understand? That puts me in a corner where I hate the white man because I love my grandmother who had to put her face in a laugh barrel. I hate the white man because I love my father who was strung out on drugs because he went to Vietnam and came home and got on drugs brought from Vietnam. Do you understand? They came in on planes from Vietnam. Do you understand? Your fathers got on planes to go fight in Vietnam. When they came back, the bottom of those planes were full of heroin to make sure your father would never have a good life when he came home from Vietnam. And now more of your sons have went to Iraq and Afghanistan, and they're going to commit suicide. That's what's going to happen to them. Well, the white man is worthy to be hated, but I am powerless to do anything about it. But my God is not. So I will have to serve him. I will have to get off of those drugs. I will have to not smoke. I will have to not take on prostitutes and whores. I can't eat pork. I can't eat shrimp. And I have to go to Houston, Texas to have the Passover. I'm going to have to do it. Why? Because that is the only path for justice that is available to me. Now read the precept. Romans 9 and 19, I believe you can start at, unless it's further up. Please. What tribe are you up? Manessa. Please give Manessa the mic.
Well, sir, I just wanted to ask about, I remember reading that no one killed Cain.
I don't recall that. You might need to show me a precept.
I don't remember where it is.
That's not jogging my memory. I can't recall that.
I think that goes back to Christian
Yeah, I know.
years ago. And no man touched him because of the mark. And he was asleep in his house the last time.
I mean, I could have forgotten it, but I have no recollection of that. That's all I can tell you. Good to go? No sweat. Okay, go ahead.
Book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 19. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault?
Is that right? I might be wrong about that. Hold on. Romans, 12 and 19. Someone else might have had one in Romans 9. I'm not sure what that one is. Go ahead.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord.
Shalom. Everybody understand? It's good to go. Low entiendes. Good. Anything else? Can I get one more from you, Wes? The water. Maybe you get a chance, I appreciate it. Please, if you don't mind. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My brother asked, one last time, asked, is Satan's purpose to prove your worthiness to the Most High, if not what it is?
That is his purpose. That's his only purpose. Correct. Anything else?
Brother asked, obviously, the 1 year olive, Shalom generally, how about you?
Sure, get that.
If I may, sir, when we get glorified and have children, their bodies be glorified as well, and the glorification lasts for generations.
Absolutely. We're going to have different bodies in the kingdom of heaven. The bodies that you have now, which is why so much disease and cancer and illnesses, these bodies are, these bodies have been destroyed from being here with this devil. Right? We've been here with him, eating his food, breathing his air, drinking his water forever. Now, in the kingdom of heaven, brother, our bodies are changed, and those babies you have, they're not going to have bodies like the ones we have right now. Everybody understands? Anything else?
Brother asks, can I break down the significance of wearing shades or sunglasses in the UPK?
The significance of wearing shades and sunglasses is this precept: keep the traditions that have been passed down to you. There is no rule to wear shades and sunglasses. You don't have to wear shades in the UPK, right? You don't have to. Many brothers don't. And I think people who watch us think, we're assigned sunglasses, but we're not. Commanding General Yohana never ordered me to wear sunglasses ever. I just liked how he looked in them. That's it. That's all. And sons like to look like their fathers are. That's all. Sons mimic their fathers. A father doesn't have to say, walk like me. Father just has to let you see him walk. That's it. That's all. Commander General Yohana wears sunglasses. I don't ask him why. I know why. Because the brothers above him wore sunglasses. So he just started wearing them. I just started wearing them. You just started wearing them. You don't want to wear them, don't. There's no rule. I don't have mine tonight. Right? There's no rule against it. You don't have to wear sunglasses. But sons like to do what their fathers do. Everybody, if you need a precept on that, of course, there's precepts on that. Everybody understands. What's going on, Benjamin? Give Benjamin a hand out of Brooklyn, New York. Give him a hand. Anything else?
So we got a few more questions and comments.
Shalom, warrior. Sure, get that. Good to see you. Go ahead.
Rockland God asked Salak, can I get a breakdown of Daniel 7 and 27?
I think I'm gonna need you to Zaryak again. Is he here? I might need you again. I'll send you a text. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Would you have a question you were asking me? Go ahead. I'm ready. Please.
Brother Salak, can I get a breakdown of Daniel 7 and 27?
Daniel 7 and 27. No problem. Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him.
Yeah, that's a beautiful precept, Doctor, and that's what we're working for in the Israelite School of UPK. Start from the top.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 27. And the kingdom and dominion.
Domino, and the kingdom and dominion. Keep going.
And the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven.
And the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven. Now, this is just describing the kingdom of heaven that we've all dreamed about in some way. We've all heard about. Everyone, for your entire life, you probably had some idea of what heaven would be like. Some idea of it. You might have thought, you had to die to get there. You might have had different ideas about it. But one thing that usually rings the same through everyone's imagination of heaven is that it is completely opposite to the pain you had to suffer here. That we share that universally. That thought of there's no dying, no death, no violence, no harm. There's a place like that. The Bible talks about that place, which is why it's all in our collective memory, that we know that there is a possibility of a place of peace that could be had by the children of God, that the saints of God could have a place where there's peace. And that concept has been given to slaves all throughout time and generation. Slaves have always held on to that because slaves have been the people who needed the hope of heaven the most, who needed to have some idea of, could there be something better than this field, than this death? You have that story I gave you about this woman. It was on, the Dred Scott decision. I sent you a Dred Scott decision, which I meant to go through tonight. I'll do it tonight or Thursday if we have time. But there was a woman whose case came up in the Supreme Court right before the Dred Scott decision. And if you understand heaven, first I want you to understand hell. Okay? The brother will find the woman's name, right? But the Dred, say again?
Margaret Garner.
Margaret Garner. I don't even know if I can read it. It's difficult for me to read this story. I'll give it a shot tonight, but it's hard for me to read this story, all right? Margaret Garner, first of all, the Dred Scott decision was a decision where the Supreme Court affirmed that slaves could never be American citizens, that the writers of the Constitution never intended for slaves to be considered citizens. And it was because Dred Scott was taken from the South to, I believe, Wisconsin or the Midwest somewhere. And when he got to Wisconsin, because Wisconsin was not a slave state, he affirmed that now he was free because Wisconsin said whatever slave comes to Wisconsin is free. But at the same time, they had slave catchers in the South that would leave the South and go find you wherever you were. Wisconsin said they would not allow slave catchers to come into Wisconsin. They used states' rights to stop slave catchers. So then, because of this slave that said, I'm in Wisconsin, I do not want to go back to the South with my master, I am free. Well, this case went all the way through the Supreme Court for years it took to get there. And finally, the Dred Scott decision was, you have to go back to the South. Wisconsin was wrong to ever let you stay. Wisconsin was wrong to ever stop slave catchers from letting you go back. And Wisconsin is wrong for not being a slave state. That was the Dred Scott decision. It completely destroyed the hope of black people to find freedom outside of the South. The Dred Scott decision directly led to the Civil War, because then there was really no way to keep places like Texas and California from not being slave states, because the Supreme Court determined that you were a slave no matter where you went. So after the Dred Scott decision, there was war, or there was no other solution to ending slavery. Everybody understands. The Dred Scott decision was ignored when it first came out. It's the biggest decision in the world to most of you now. Most of you, even children, have heard of it. But back then, no one even heard of it because of another woman's case that was decided on the exact same day as the Dred Scott decision. Go ahead and read it. It was about a woman named, what was her name again?
Margaret Garner.
A woman named Margaret Garner. Okay, I'll tell you Margaret Garner's story another time. Okay, but it's not good. Another time I'll go over Margaret Garner's story. It's difficult for me to talk about it, all right? But Margaret Garner was in hell, you understand, and did terrible things in hell. Tune in Thursday. I'll summon up the strength to bring it up, Ephraim, all right? Slaves understand what hell is, right? And because we understand what hell is, we hold on to the hope of heaven more than anyone else. Read the precept again.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven.
So just imagine being a slave, being in pain day and night, and you're going to get all the wealth, all the power, all the self-respect, all the surety of food, which was something that poor people don't have. Surety of food, surety of safety at night, surety of parents being there. My God, to go from that and to think about a place where all the gold is yours, all the wealth is yours, all the power is yours, all the self-esteem belongs to you. That's the glory of the kingdom of heaven. Keep going.
Shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High.
Shall be given to who?
The people of the saints of the Most High.
Someone has a Zondervan. If you have a Zondervan Bible dictionary, you'll look up the word saints. A saint is a repentant Israelite. That's what a saint is. Every good thing you've ever thought about heaven being is for blacks and Latinos who repent from their sin. Every good thing you've ever heard. Every wonderful dream you've ever heard. Think about the neighborhood you wish you lived in. The ideal place to live. The ideal place to raise your children. Think about raising your children in a way that you really sometimes can't imagine being able to raise them there. That's the kingdom of heaven. And it is for you only. Everyone understands. Keep going.
Whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom.
A kingdom that never, falls. All of our oppressors, all of their kingdoms fall, and this one is going to fall too. If Rome fell, Greece fell, Germany fell, they all fall. The Roman Empire fell. Not what's the other one? Not the Roman Empire. It's another one. The Persians and the Medes is the Holy Roman Empire. That's a different empire than the Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire that fell. Please, Manasseh. The Ottoman Turk Empire fell. Every empire falls. Our empire will never fall. It is everlasting and forever. Now, is that good enough reason to give up drugs? That's all you have to ask yourself. We're not doing this for nothing. We're not making these sacrifices just to be good people. I'm not a good person. Never have been. I'm not good tonight. I'm not a good person. I'm not merciful and kind and patient, not at all. But I understand making a sacrifice for gain. I get that much. That much even a brute like me can understand. That if I give up drugs, if I give up violence, if I give up my self-will and my anger, I will achieve a goal that my grandmother never did, that my grandfather never did, that my great grandparents never did. I could achieve heaven. I could get it. And it's worth changing my life for. Continue.
And all dominions shall serve and obey him.
All dominions shall serve and obey him. Every living thing will serve and obey who? Raise your hand. Please, Manessa. That's what it says right there. Serve and obey those saints. Those saints, that's correct, who are repentant Israelites according to the definition. That's correct. Every living thing will obey you. Can you imagine telling your grandfather that? Can you imagine him seeing you in that position? Seeing you. He couldn't go to high school. He couldn't find a job. He couldn't stay off of drugs. His mother was praying every day for your father. Think about that. Your father had a mother that was like, boy, I hope he can get his life together. I hope he can get himself together. She's praying every day. And then he had you. And what in the hell were you supposed to do? Your father needed some woman to pray for him to get off of the streets and get off of drugs and to stop drinking and to get himself together. Then he has a child. That's you. And what are you expected to do? Be a success? Impossible here. Unless I could change myself. I could recreate myself into something that has dominion over every living thing. That I could do. I can't do it based on who I was. He wasn't made to rule over anything. He could barely keep a job, keep a woman, raise a child. He could barely keep himself out of prison. That person I was. But the new person, he could rule the world. That's what this precept is about. Anything else? Please, haz tu pregunta.
More questions in the comments.
This is what I want to know first. Why has none of the brothers and sisters that I speak Spanish in front of told me not to pronounce that J like an H? We're going to have a discussion because I think y'all like me to be stupid. I thought that for years, Ephraim. I've never said this, but no one corrects me when I make mistakes. And that is one of the worst things about having rank. I cannot stand that. I don't want to be stupid. I misspell things on my Facebook accounts. I don't know if you know. You know. And not a soul will say, that is misspelled. Then, of course, some wife of mine will say, you idiot, that's misspelled. I don't want to be dumb, Vanessa. They want me dumb, I think. Okay, but I don't need to be dumb. Please tell me if my Spanish is incorrect. Okay, I'm trying to perfect it. Please. All right, everybody gets it. All right, clap it up. Thank you very much. Please. Go ahead. Oh, Lord. Yes, I don't want to do that, Benjamin. Oh, that doesn't help me to be like that. I want to perfect myself, Benjamin. You understand, Ephraim. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, here we go. Jesus Christ. Please, haz tú preguntas. Next question. Go ahead.
Brother asked, Salaki, my Lord, if I may get a general breakdown of Daniel 4:2, and is Nebuchadnezzar saying he did it to show the works of the Most High?
Please go ahead and read. There's another good Nebuchadnezzar precept like this. What is that one? Go ahead and read it, please.
Daniel 4 and chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it good to show the signs and wonders that the high God hath brought towards me.
Mm-hmm. That's it, absolutely. Nebuchadnezzar, there's another Somebody asked me about a precept. Y'all remember you asked me about a precept about another king, or was it someone else? Did they say that I think Christians use to say God, Jesus had a God or God had a God? It's like where it said the Father, not the Father. It's like where some precept the Christians think this means God had a God.
Drink water. Water right here. I appreciate that.
This one's in the Old Testament. I know that much.
No. Why?
Remember that. It's like one where it says God made himself. I remember that. But it's like that where it's not speaking about God, it's speaking about this. I want to say it's Nebuchadnezzar. Or it might be another heathen God.
They said he needed help, and if it's in Daniel,
it's not that.
He needed help, and Michael.
It's not that either. It's something that someone called me about, and it's like, who is he talking about? He made him. It was like, haven't I made thee?
It could be in Ezekiel 28 when it's talking about the king of Tyrus.
Hold on, I think that's. Let me get the road. You might be able to throw in the back. Will you get your hand up? Please, Levi. Go ahead.
Are you talking about Isaiah 44 and 28?
Let me hear it.
Isaiah 44 and 28. That said of Cyrus, he is my shepherd, and shall perform all my pleasure. He saying to Jerusalem, I shall be built.
That's a good one. This is not the one I'm speaking about. I just can't remember it, but that's a good example of some heathen king that the Most High God was using. The Most High God is setting up, and he's using him for his purpose to help Israel. So if the brother's question was, is that the case? That's absolutely the case. All right, there's a few other ones too, where especially that king that helped us come back and build Jerusalem, whoever that was. Go ahead, Vanessa. I'm sorry. This one? Solid. All right. Manessa, come on. Cyrus is who I'm talking about. Absolutely. That's another heathen king that the Most High God set up, propped up, made him successful. That's a precept for this precept as well. And the Most High God did that. No kingdom is in charge without the Lord God's blessing. The white man is in charge because the Most High God put him in charge. Precept. Romans 9th chapter. For this cause have I raised thee up. For the same reason he rose up Egypt, that I might show my power in thee. The Most High God is the reason that Egypt was great. The Most High God is the reason that the kingdom of Esau is great. The Most High God is the reason that Cyrus is great. The Most High God is the reason that Nebuchadnezzar is great. Every throne that is a throne was set up by God, and every throne will be thrown down by God. That's in the Bible. It's in the book of Daniel, 4th chapter. Everyone understands. All right, good to go. Please, how stupid are you? Levi, give Levi a hand up. Brooklyn, New York as well. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Please, New York. Well done.
I believe I got the exact piece that you're referring to, sir.
Please.
The book of Isaiah 55, verse 3. I'll read verse 1. 45 verse 1. Thus said the Lord to Cyrus, who's writing, I have hated the two nations before him, and I will loose the horn of kings to open before him the two leading leather gates, and the gates shall not be short.
That's absolutely a precept.
God has a God.
Go ahead.
And I will give you the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which called thee by thy name, am the God of Israel.
That's exactly the one where Christians read that and think that that means that God has a God for some reason when it's speaking about Cyrus. Good to go. All right. Anything that's Cyrus in that precept, right, Levi? Solid. Next. Questions in the room? Questions online? Please.
Brother, it's like a sister. Forgive me, sir. A few weeks ago, you mentioned in class about strengthening your mind. With your grace, can you share?
Please. How do you strengthen your mind? Let me think of a precept for you. Give me make thy election sure. Give me that. and give me harden your members. It might be where I would go first, is to harden your members. Let me try to explain strengthening your mind in the simplest way possible. It's discipline, right? Yeah. Discipline. Discipline, brother, is everything. It's everything. Discipline is what is stopping you from being who you want to be. There is a you that you want to be. Everyone has a visualization of themselves on who they want to be. There is a reason that you are not that person, and it is your lack of discipline. And the problem with discipline is it's not something that you can buy or snatch or to achieve it simply because you want it. It's something that you have to truly fight and claw and bite to get. And if you're willing to do the work, you can be the thing that you want to be. Now, if that thing that you want to be is a priest of the Lord God, then can you imagine what else you could do if you were that? What if you were that thing? And what else could you do? You could do what you read about in that book, brother. You could do those things, right? Why can't you do those things even though you want to do those things? It's your lack of discipline. Where did your lack of discipline come from? From never seeing it, which is where most things come from, right? From never seeing it. You ever see someone whose father did a thing? It's much easier for that person to do that thing. You had a father that played basketball. Before you know it, you played basketball. You had a father that, went to college. You're a legacy. Your whole family goes to college. Everybody in your family goes to college. When you can see someone do something that other people think is impossible, then that thing becomes possible to you. Right. Because you've looked at it. You've seen it. So because of that, what's possible to you? Being a drug dealer. Being a drug dealer seems like I can do that. Absolutely, because I've seen that. So that thing, and it's, if you think about the logic of it, in your mind, it is far more possible to do a thing that you have seen other men get killed doing than to do a thing when you haven't seen people get killed doing it. Like, it's a wild logic. Like, yeah, I can sell drugs. Where your cousins at? Dead. Where your friends at? Dead. Where's your father? Dead. I can do that. It's a wild logic, because you would think seeing them die would make you say, I can't do that, but that's not how flesh works. Go look up the movie. The funniest thing I've seen, one of the funniest things I've seen, is the director or the writer of the book Scarface. The writer of the book Scarface, he wrote that book in the 80s because there was terrible drugs coming into Miami. And it was so bad that he said, I'm going to make a cautionary tale to let the Cuban brothers and sisters know that they should not sell drugs. So I'm going to make a person come from Cuba, get everything that immigrants from Cuba wish they have, and then get killed in a hail of bullets. That will show them not to sell drugs. That is what he said. I laughed so hard when I looked at that. Now, either he's lying because he was a white man that said it, either he knew just what it was going to do. You get my point? Or he doesn't understand people. He doesn't get people. Slaves don't care about dying if they could have pleasure even temporarily, because their life is so dreadful. When life is terrible, could I have heaven for a couple of years? Shit, I'll take it. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't just take it? That's better. I remember thinking just like that, brother. Dying at 24? All right. Seems, that's a long time when you're a kid. Right? If you 15, 24 seems like, I'll have a lifetime of doing what I want to do. It seemed totally fine to die at 24. It seems like something that I would just accept, and that's fine. No big deal. Because, of course, that's what I saw. You get my point? Seeing someone do something amazing, seeing someone do something impossible makes it possible. You get my point? That's where your lack of discipline comes from. What are we doing here in the UPK? We are showing you people that got off of drugs. Right. They're here. Right. Showing you people who stopped drinking. Right. They're here. Showing you people who stopped eating pork. Brother, Desire, you remember this. I remember being a trooper. And when they told me I could not get shape-ups anymore, brother, that was like, so I'm gonna be whooping every day. Whooping? Y'all use that word? Dang. That's an old word. What do y'all call it? You know what I'm talking about. That's an old word. Whooping? How am I gonna get tail like that? I'll never get tail again as far as I know. Not getting a haircut every 2 weeks was impossible. It was not something really a nigga could do. You get my point? That is how low a standard you have coming out the world. The thought of not getting I can't get a haircut. I can't go to the barber shop every 2 weeks. No, I can't join that group. No, that won't be getting off of weed. I remember getting up out the chair when I heard that. I remember sitting in class, and I didn't know you couldn't smoke weed. I've been coming to class. The brother said, "Yeah, brothers out here smoking weed." I said, "Oh, thank you," just like that. I said, "Wait a minute, I can't be like that." I got up out my seat when I heard it. Go ahead. You've seen that before. You smoking dog. Good to see you, boy. Brother, impossible. Nah, show people something that they think is impossible. They'll know it's possible. That's discipline. Discipline is when you can do the thing that you think is impossible. You can do it. That's discipline. But you have to force yourself. You have to push yourself into it. All right? That's how you, what's the word the sister used up? That's how you change your mind or strengthen your mind. Now give me harden therefore your members. Give me that precept if I could. That should be good enough. Solid. Give me harden therefore your members. Because she says strengthen your mind. I believe that's the term she used, right? That's good enough. Give Cuomo a hand out of Northern California. Come on, Cuomo, give him a hand. Northern Cali. You think back now, like, my God, how low was my discipline? Like, how little discipline did I have that a haircut was going to break me? That's it. Come on, huh? Get a brother a hand, huh? You in it right now. Listen, come on now. Hang in there, warrior. It's gonna pass. Let me tell you, you will endure this and you will get through it. And then after that, you'll see, well, if I could do that, maybe I could do something else. Maybe there's another thing I could do that's not impossible. That's strengthening your mind. Please, microphone, you might need it. Mm-hmm.
So even when I started to be a young man in the truth,
please,
I started getting haircuts, right?
Uh-huh.
I started seeing the evil stuff of all of them. Drinking and stuff. I said, you know what? So I tell you,
hardcore. Hardcore.
Come up in here and get no more.
Give him a hand. Well said, warrior. Give him a hand. You doing it, brother. We've all been through it. And I said, and we're going to do other things that men would consider impossible. And men will count their manhoods cheap when they see what we do in the future. You just wait. Go ahead, Benjamin. You got it. Mm-hmm. Please. Mm-hmm.
Mortify.
That's the one. I used the wrong word. My apologies. Read it. Go ahead.
Mortify
mm-hmm.
your members,
mm-hmm.
which are upon the earth.
Mortify. You know what mortar is? Mortar is that cement. That's what mortar is. So to mortify your members means to make your members strong. What are your members? Your members are your body parts, right? Your fingers, your toes, your mind, your brain, your thought. You can hand it to me, thought. Your body parts, those are your members. Yes. Everybody understands, right? Please, brother, hand me that. For what? I appreciate it. All right. Go ahead.
Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth,
mm-hmm.
fornication, uncleanness, inordinate.
Inordinance? What is inordinate? Someone look that word up. Inordinance.
Inordinate affection.
Inordinate affection. What is inordinate affection? Look up that word for us. Affection is like what you would call love, right? What you call love. It's not actual love, but it's the thing that you would call love. Affection. All right. Someone first look up inordinate.
Inordinate.
Please.
Unusually or disproportionately large or excessive.
Inordinate means it is so big, you love it too much. You get my point? You love it too much. You can like it, but damn, you really are addicted to it. You really can't stop. That means too much to you. Well, hold your point 1 second, Warrior. That means too much to you. Like a haircut, it's just too much. I have to do it. Please, Warrior. I'm fine, Warrior. You know, give me some other things that you just love too. I mean, you're addicted to this thing. It means too much to you. Pork and shrimp and big Christmas. Things that what? You can't miss it. You have to do it. You have to do. This thing is essential to life. It can't be. You have an inordinate affection for this thing. And you can't be like that and serve God. Hold your point 1 second. I'm going to grab you. 1 second. It's coming. Stand by. Go ahead. Go ahead. I believe that's a good precept. I'm sorry, Benjamin. Go ahead and read.
Inordinate affection, evil,
concupiscence.
Concupiscence.
Yeah, concupiscence. Is that better? Concupiscence. Yeah, concupiscence is like to join to something. To join to it, and you shouldn't be joined to that thing. Right? You want to mortify your members. So to the sister's question, how do you make your mind strong? Listen carefully, sister. Make your mind strong. Harden it. Do things that you don't want to do. That's it. Start small. The Bible says that in fasting and prayer, do these demons come out of you. Some cometh not out, but by fasting and prayer. You have to do a thing that you can't do to be able to do things that you can't do. So if you're trying to give up cigarettes, or you women, you can't stop going through your husband's phone. That looking at that phone is like, listen, it is a drug. It is like Pandora's box. You know that term? Pandora's box is the old Greek fable of this box telling you, somebody says, listen, don't open it. Man, the minute they said don't open it, I got to open it. Damn, they're telling me not to open it is what makes me need to open it. It's Pandora's box. I have to do it. Your wife is looking at your phone like, man, I know the what's that word bras use to have proof that you're cheating on her? The receipt. I know all the receipts is in there. That's a treasure chest of receipts. Know it. I'm gonna know about them bitches if I can get in there. And she get the lip quiver when you really want something like the lip starts quivering right here, the bottom lip. She's staring at it. Brother, it's rough on her. You understand? What do you have to do, sister? If you cannot stop going through your husband's phone, then fast. Go on a fast. If there's anything, you can't stop smoking. You can't stop this. You can't stop that. You can't stop getting haircuts. Go on a fast. Go on a fast. Stop eating and drinking. There you go. After you give up food and water, you'll say, damn, I gave up food and water. I gave up that which is essential to life. So then now I know I can give up that which is not essential to life. That's in the Bible. So if you want to mortify your members, strengthen your body parts. Do the thing that you don't want to do. If there's something that you want to change about yourself, write it down. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I want to do this. Now, if you can't do that thing, go on a fast. Give up food and water. Do it. And then before you know it, you'll see how possible the other thing that you want to do is. Microphone.
Mm-hmm. Does that work when you write it down? The things you want to change?
You know what you'll find, Doc, is anything works if you do it. Anything. So will writing it down work? Yeah. Absolutely it'll work. Many things will work, right? If you do it. You understand? So there's 1,000 different ways to strengthen yourself. The key is to strengthen yourself, is to not to do it. The thing, you're going to be in pain. You're going to hurt. It's going to be so painful. Go through that pain. Mortify yourself. Do it. Do it. And if that thing is too much for you, if your goal is too big, then give up water, give up food, give that up, and you'll feel your stomach growling and that thirst that you feel on the Day of Atonement. And once that day is over, you'll go, God damn it, I went without water. I did it. I'm going to do something else. I'm doing that too. Everybody understands. Come on, young Benjamites. What do you have to say? Please, you first.
What does addicted mean?
The candy. I need the candy. Right? And then you go and steal the candy. You understand? You're addicted to candy. That's what addiction is. You understand? Good to go. All right. Go, please. Whenever you're ready. You got to raise your hand now. Please, young wolf, what do you want to say? Microphone. You want to think about it? Please. What did I say again? I was just talking about addiction, and I was telling him what addiction is. It's wanting something too much. Go ahead. That's a good question. Come on up and get a couple of dollars for that. Well said. Here's how you know what too much is. Please have a seat. This is how you know what too much is. When you are told that your daddy tells you that you can't have it, and you have to do it anyway. So he tells you that you had enough candy. You had enough. And then you say, no, I have to have more. I'm going to steal it. I'm going to take it. Then that's too much because it makes you do something bad to get it. Everybody understands. Good to go. All right. 1 second now. Wait till the end of class. It's coming. I know you know the whole Bible. You're gonna read in Hebrew. You've taught him Hebrew, I'm sure. So he can come in here and recite Hebrew and take every penny I have. All right. I'm sorry. You need a break? Okay. Okay, go ahead, Pittsburgh.
General, can you hear me? Shalom, General Yahbashim Shabrakatah. Shalaki, can you hear me, General?
You ready? Oh, whenever you're ready. Pittsburgh, unmute yourself, please.
Shalom, General Yahbashim Shabrakatah. Can you hear me?
No questions in the room, right? Let me know whenever we can do the topic, whenever you want to get down.
Shalom, General, can you hear me?
I hear you, Pittsburgh. Good to go.
Shalom, General. With your great wisdom, can you please give me a breakdown on 2nd Ezra, chapter 2 and verse 18? Just a general breakdown?
Please, absolutely.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 2 and verse 18. For thy help will I me, after whose counsel I have sanctified and prepared for thee 12 trees.
In Pittsburgh, you might have to Pittsburgh.
Salakia, sir.
Pittsburgh, you might be turning down your what did you turn down? Your speaker?
Salakia, sir. Is this still a reverb?
Try it now, Pittsburgh.
Khan and the one Khan. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 2 and verse 18. For thy help will I send my servants Esau and Jeremy, after whose counsel I have sanctified and prepared. For
this is this in the book of Job?
2nd Ezra.
Okay, this is not. This is a different Esau.
Khan and Wakan.
This is just someone that's named Red. What's Esau mean? Well, that's out of one, right? Wasted away. This is not the Esau that we all know became the father of the Edomites.
Con and one con.
As you know, in the Bible, many different people have the same name. There were many different Jesuses in the Bible.
Con, sir.
All right. Many different Marys in the Bible. This is a completely different Esau. All right.
Con and one con.
Go ahead.
After whose counsel I have sanctified and prepared for thee 12 trees laden with diverse fruits.
Mm-hmm. The 12 trees, lantern. Did you say laden?
Laden, yes. Con.
Yeah, laden means like it's a tree that has 12 fruits on it. Right? This is speaking about the constellations. The 12 fruits is because you get different constellations every month. Right? Which is why people begin to worship astrology, because they begin to see the stars change monthly, and then they begin to worship the stars instead of worshiping the creator of the stars. But this is speaking about constellations.
Con and one con.
You get a new one every month. Captain Tazaria. That Esau and Ezra for Pittsburgh should be Isaiah. In the Greek.
Con and one con.
The water. Go ahead.
The water, my lord. That's it. That's all I needed.
No problem. The water, Pittsburgh. You got it. Anything else?
Con, sir. Got a few more questions.
Please.
For that sloppy general grace, if I can get a breakdown of the wisdom of Solomon 11 and 24.
Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 24, please. Whenever you're ready.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11, verse 24.
So, okay, sir, isn't it? Okay, I'm sorry. What's his brother's name? Yatizak. I think something is Isaiah instead of Jeremiah. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's what he's saying the same thing I said to you, sir.
Okay, Salaki, through water. Okay. All right. Also, someone make sure I don't leave these glasses here because I will forget them here in the night in class. All right, go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 11, verse 24. Mm-hmm. For thou lovest all the things that are, and abhorrest nothing which thou hast made. Mm-hmm. For never wouldest thou have made anything if thou hadst hated it.
Question.
General breakdown.
Romans 9 and 12. Romans 9, and I only can assume it means that the Lord loves the white man, because of course there's nothing else more important, right? I'll just read you this precept. The Most High God is absolutely pleased with what the white man is doing. Absolutely pleased. He's doing exactly what he is supposed to do. The Most High God is pleased with Satan. Satan is doing absolutely what he was designed and made to do. I mean, now the problem is, however, you aren't, and the Lord God loves you, and you're not. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. To understand this precept, you just want to go to Romans. What do you want to start at? For he shall be, for Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. 9 and 13. Listen, who asked the question?
Kamar UPK.
Kamar UPK. We're going to start in Romans 9 and 13. All right. The Most High loves everything that he made, and that is a fact. That is true, and I'll explain how. Go ahead. Was that his question?
No, I'm asking
what was the original question? Now, do you remember?
Wisdom of Solomon 11 and 24.
Go ahead.
It's like, so you want me to read that?
Just read Romans. Romans 9. Everyone, I believe, heard his original question. The Lord loves everything that he made. All right. Keep going. I mean, now we're going to the precept to explain it. We're going to Romans 9 and 13.
Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
That's in the Bible. It's sitting right there in front of you in the Bible. You have to contend with that. Right? Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. God hates Esau. It's in the Bible, and it's in the New Testament, the book of love, the book of salvation to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. It's in the New Testament where God said he hates Esau, but he loves Jacob. Jacob is the father of the Israelites. Esau is the father of the Edomites, who white people are. Now keep reading.
14. What shall we say then?
Now, when we hear that, when we hear how God hates a people, God hates Esau. Jacob is a person. Esau is a person. Jacob is the father of the Israelites. Esau is the father of the Edomites. God hates people. When we read that, what will we say then? Keep going.
Is there unrighteousness with God?
Now, now this is something I know might go over your head, but remember, this is written 1,000 years ago, which means this doctrine of God loves everybody was around during the Roman Empire. That's how old it is, because Paul has to come against it. Paul is saying God hates Esau, and then saying, what are you going to say now? Is God wrong? What does that mean? That Paul had to fight the same fight you do. Paul had to go around and say, God hates Edomites, and people would say, that ain't right. It's unrighteous. In the Roman Empire. Otherwise, how do you explain this? What shall you say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? Why? Because you will think that God is wrong if he hates Esau. Paul wrote that 1,000 years ago in the Roman Empire, because the Romans were teaching that back then while they were having sex with horses and boys and children. While they were in the Roman Empire, they were claiming of love. Caligula, Nero. Well, they were molesting children the same way Donald Trump molests children today, but yet all of them think that they are the love religion. They're the religion that teaches that all of us evil cult leaders that we are hateful. They thought that in Rome. They thought the same thing. So what shall you say then? Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. What will you say? That God is unrighteous? Keep going.
God forbid.
Read that again.
God forbid.
Read that again.
God forbid.
God forbid God is wrong for hating Esau. God is not wrong. God is not wrong for hating Esau. Keep going.
For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy.
Because he told Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. I decide who I give mercy to. I am the creator of this story. I'm the writer of this story. And I will decide who I have mercy on. Not you, Moses. You won't decide. I will decide. Keep going.
And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
You know what compassion is? I know you think compassion only goes to white people. I came down here in the car today, brother, and I heard the world crying because a terrorist drove a car through the door of a synagogue. A terrorist drove a car through the door of a synagogue. Oh my God. The FBI was there. The whole world said, pray for them. But I remember when a terrorist drove a car through the Israelite school of UPK's door in Indianapolis, Indiana. And you know what they did? They made jokes about it on The Daily Show. It was a joke. They laughed about it. It was funny when the terrorists attacked the Israelite school of UPK. It made national media, and it was a joke because this terrorist attack happened to Black Israelites, not Jewish people that own the president and own the Senate. That wasn't funny. But when it happened to us, it was a joke. We'll play the video tonight. Please, New Jersey, please. Is it on? You got another one up there. You got it. Sure, I get that warrior. Please. Go ahead.
Right in Jersey City, New Jersey. It was some mad jig that went crazy and unalive 5 Jewish people I don't know if you remember that, and they blamed the school for that. Right. It's right here when you ask.
How'd I forget? Give him a hand. Well said. I totally forgot that. They came and interviewed Commanding General Yana because they blamed us for that. Yeah, that was our fault. Anytime a white man stubs his toe, we got to talk to the FBI all the time. Y'all called me one night and said, yeah, the FBI in my house right now. They in my house right now. Agent Mulder and Scully from the X-Files sitting in Tazariak's house right now. Yeah, a white man can't catch a cold without them blaming it on us. But now what happened, of course, when a terrorist, a Muslim terrorist, drove their car through our school, it was a joke on the news. It was a joke. Please, Manessa.
The area where it happened
Mm-hmm.
was, I believe it was like a market.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a school for Jewish kids like next to it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that person, the life of people, tried to go into the school first. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
He went in. I think he actually killed Israelites more than.
Of course he did. But you see, here's the thing you always have to remember. The white man has decided to only have compassion on white people. That's his choice. Commander General Yohana wasn't surprised that they didn't have compassion on us. The white man's the devil. We don't expect him to feel sorry for us. We protect ourselves. You understand that? The white man has decided that he cares about Jewish people, but he does not care about Israelites. He's decided that. Well, can't God decide that he will have compassion on who he wants to have compassion on? God has chosen to have compassion on blacks and Latinos. That's his choice, not yours. Continue.
For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
Keep going.
So then it is not of him that willeth.
So then it is not of him that willeth. To will something needs to want it. So you really want white people to be loved. So what? It's not of you. It is not of him that will. Like when you write a will down, that's what you want. That you want your son to have your car. You want your daughter to get your inheritance. It doesn't matter what you will. It doesn't matter what you want. Keep going.
Nor of him that runneth.
Nor of him that runneth. What is running? Trying. You're trying. You want God to love white people, and you're trying hard for God to save white people. You're working hard for God to save white people. It doesn't matter how hard you run, how hard you work for God to save white people. Go ahead.
But of God that showeth mercy.
It's up to him who he shows mercy to. It's not up to you. Now keep reading, because this now will go straight into her question or his question. Keep going.
For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up.
The scriptures say unto who?
Unto Pharaoh.
The scriptures saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised you up. Keep going.
That I might show my power in thee.
Egypt was raised up simply to be destroyed. That was their purpose. Their purpose was to become the greatest country that anyone had ever seen, so that everyone could know who the greatest God is. Right. So that when he destroys Egypt, everyone would know his name. That was the purpose of Egypt. And that purpose was loved by God. God wanted that to happen. Egypt absolutely was right. They were right. They were just what God wanted them to be. Keep going.
And that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
That's what I just said. Keep going.
Therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will he harden.
He'll have mercy on whom he wants to, and whom he will he hardeneth. He'll harden his heart on whoever he wants to have a hard heart for. Keep going.
Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault?
Here we go now to your question. I'm assuming your question was, does this precept mean that God loves white people the way he loves the Israelites? No, but he absolutely loves everything that he made. You just don't know what he made. You just don't understand what he made. I'll explain what he made. It's coming here. Read that part again.
Thou then say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault?
You will say, if God made Esau to hate him, if Esau is supposed to be hated, then why is he angry when Esau does evil things? Why does he find fault with them? Since they're created to not have compassion on, to not be loved, but to be hated, then why is he finding fault with them? Everybody understands it, right? Keep going.
For who hath resisted his will?
If God made a person to be evil, no one can be good. If God made you to hate you, then you can't not be hated. No one has resisted his will. So why in the hell does he find fault with Esau? Isn't that the goal of your entire life? To find a way for white people to get more than they have right now. Isn't that your existence as a slave? Someone with Stockholm syndrome. What other job do you have in life other than making sure that rich people get richer? That's your entire existence. I understand that. I get it. However, God is not you. You don't choose who he loves. And if he made white people to be like that, then now, of course, you'll ask, why is God angry at them? If what you're saying is true, then why is he mad with them? Keep going.
Nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against God?
I think I just broke that down. Who are you to reply against him? I know you would love all white people if you had the choice. I know, Lord, if you were God, we'd have a place like we have right now, wouldn't we? Right? If you were God, what would you do? Give Jewish people all the money? They already have it. What would you do? Make sure Jewish people are rich? They already are. Right? You being in charge wouldn't change anything, because all you would do is make sure white people survive and live forever and have all the money and have heaven. Guess what? Relax. They already have it. So it's okay. You can find something else to do. Keep going.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Now here we go now to your question, warrior. Shall the thing formed say unto he that formed it, why have you made me this way? So now white people could say, God made me to be hated. Why did you make me like this? You made me to invade countries. You made me to kill babies. You made me to have Epstein's Island. Why'd you do this to me? You made me like this. Keep going.
Hath not the potter power over the clay?
Here we go about how God loves everything he created. Your problem in your thinking is this. You're thinking like God created Israel. God created white people, so he loves them. You're not understanding. God created the hero, and God created the villain, and he loves that. Do you understand? Who made Star Wars? What's his name? George Lucas. George Lucas made Star Wars. He made, what's the white man in Star Wars that has all the power? Okay, Darth Vader. He made Darth Vader. Who else did he make? Luke Skywalker, right? How does George Lucas feel about Darth Vader? How does he feel about Darth Vader? George Lucas. He loves it. Why? Because he made the perfect villain. And he loves it. That's what he wants. He wants that. You understand? He knows, George Lucas knows that Luke Skywalker is the good guy. He knows that Luke Skywalker is the hero. He knows that. He made that Star Wars wanting every child to want to be like who? Luke Skywalker. He's the hero. He made him to be the hero. He also needed a villain, and he made the perfect villain. And he's perfect to George Lucas. You can pick any writer, anything you like, anything. Y'all love those video games you're always on, right? Give me a video game? Give me one. What's that one where they kill everybody, shoot everybody, and then shoot up the school in real life? Call of Duty. I know on Call of Duty you got a hero. What's his name? Nobody want to say. They smart now. They done got wise. Nobody. They act like they've never heard of Call of Duty. Come on, Jersey. Oh, damn it. I thought you were going to do it. Go ahead, please. Please. Go ahead.
Passover, right? Is there a scripture that tells us that we got to gather together for Passover? And can you explain Passover being about the
Okay, boy, I might not have time. But okay, there is absolutely a precept. It's in Wisdom of Solomon, right? Let me get it for you in a second. That sounds right. Wisdom of Solomon, 18:9 is another excellent one that I plan to bring out at the Passover class. It's another excellent one about fighting for the Passover. Give me 1 second, New Jersey. Let me wrap this up, okay, so I can get to the question. Shit, give me a short one now. Just 2 fingers right there. That one is definitely the one I'm talking about. But there's another one about fighting for the Passover. About you have to establish the Passover. There's another one that I'll try to get for New Jersey in 1 second. All right. I think you're getting the whole point with this. When the Most High loves everything he created, he loves the villain he created. All right. He loves that villain. That villain is just how he wants him to be. He's evil and disgusting. And because he's evil and disgusting, he has a perfect counterpart to the righteous, to the hero. The Most High God doesn't love the white man like, boy, I love that you molest children. I love that you kill and murder everybody. But he loves the creation of the villain that he made, because that villain is so evil that he is worthy of destruction, just like he wants him to be. The last part you need, the potter has power over the clay. Gracias. Yeah, please, I need a little. You give me a little more than 2 fingers, and you're trying to make me have a problem.
What do you mean, Lord?
See what's going on in here. All right. I see. I'll wake up tomorrow. And the Lord said in the morning.
What's that story where the brother fell out the window?
Exactly. You get the point with that. That's the love. The love is not about loving white people. It's about loving his creation. What is his creation? A villain. That's what he made. He made a villain. And every good writer loves the villain that they made, because he's perfect. He's just what they need a villain to be, to highlight the quality of the hero. And the white man is such a perfect counterpart. He's a perfect counterpart to Israel. He's the opposite of us. He's everything that we are not and everything that we should avoid being. He's perfect. The white man is a perfect villain, and the Most High God loves him just like that. That's what you need. He likes him to be just like that. This is the last part you need. Go ahead and read that part about the potter over the clay.
Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?
It's the metaphor of making a clay pot. You take the same lump of clay, you take a piece of clay out, you make a vessel to hold flowers and a vase. You take that lump of clay, you make a piss pot with it. Now, when you look at that piss pot, what do you say? That's the piss pot I want. I wanted a pot to piss in. It's perfect. It's what I wanted. It's just how I wanted a pot to piss in to be. That's the white man. That's him. And we're made out of the same clay. We're both human beings, flesh and blood, but we are the vessel of honor. He is the vessel of dishonor. And both of us are exactly what he wants. Everyone understands. Okay, that's all I can do for you. Good job. Anything else? I bought you. Give him a hand. Go ahead.
If you could discuss ways to show that a man has been a victim of child molestation by the characteristics he exhibits. He said, did you have an example from slavery?
Yeah, the problem was that example was that one I can't talk about. He asked me about that. For those of you brothers and sisters that might read, a lot of sisters have read this book. There's a book written by, I forget this broad's name, Toni Morrison. I don't know. He read my mind with that. Now he's reading my mind now. Now you're going to know all my evil stuff in the back of my brain. Okay. Yes, it was Toni Morrison somehow. Toni Morrison wrote a book called Beloved. And that is based on a true story. If you now you can go look up that, or you can look up the sister's name. What's her name? Margaret Garner. That's a true story that happened, and it's worse than the Toni Morrison book Beloved. It's worse than that. All right, I can't really speak about it. It's too much for me to talk about, right? But that's the example. Ibaji just wanted to know what are the signs that someone has been through sexual trauma? And the biggest, most noticeable sign is to be destructive, self-destructive, to be a sociopath, to be someone that hurts people. Many of the brothers, hold your point 1 second, Benjamin. Many of the people that you think are crazy because they're violent because they've been sexually assaulted as children. And now all you know is that they are maniacs. They want to hurt people. They hurt people. They're violent. There's a reason that pedophiles are killed when they go to prison. It's not simply because all the brothers in prison are just, they don't like pedophiles. That's not the reason. You understand? There's a reason that a pedophile is getting stabbed in prison. And it's not simply because of the rules of prison. It's not that clean. Everybody understands, right? Right? Violence is the excellent violence, and senseless and violence that you don't understand. That's the best way to know if someone has been sexually assaulted or violated or has received childhood trauma. Violence, someone that is absolutely violent. Everybody understands. Abaji, you can look up those names I just said about that sister, that actual story that went to the Supreme Court. This sister tried to use slavery to be her defense at doing an unthinkable thing. But slavery was her defense. And it went to the Supreme Court because that is how terrible slavery was. That she did an unspeakable thing, and the story of it is too much for me to speak about without crying. So you can just read that on your own. All right? Say the name again. Margaret Garner. Her decision was decided the same day as the Dred Scott decision, which finalized that slavery was legal and just in America, which shows you that your freedom is as fleeting as a court decision. That's it. That was the Supreme Court. And they decided you should be a slave and slavery is good and you're inferior to white people. That's what they decided. And they had to fight the Civil War at the end of that. So many white people act like white people just became, white people just got rid of racism. That's the great myth of America. Like, slavery, after, we all hated slavery. We didn't like it. Racism is gone. Racism didn't end. They had to get killed to stop slavery. It's not like all white people say, you know what? Slavery has been around long enough. We've grown up. We're more elegant now. We're more educated. We don't want to have slaves anymore. They had to kill those white people to get you to not be slaves. And even the white people that went to war, they still were angry that they were forced to go to war. They had to get drafted into the Civil War. They didn't want to go to the Civil War and free the slaves. How do I know? Because right a few miles away in Harlem, New York, they had the draft riots where they hung 5,000 black people. 5,000 because they were angry that they were getting drafted to go fight, to go free niggers down south. And they hung 5,000 of them, Ephraim. And burned down a black orphanage. So it's not like the North said, we really want slavery to end. They were forced to go in slavery. They were so angry about it, they burned an orphanage down, hung 5,000 brothers, and then slavery ended. They wanted slavery. The majority, a little less than the majority of the country, wanted slaves. And they just got shot and killed. And because of that, slavery ended. And it's been in their heart, and they've been angry about it ever since. Manessa. Microphone. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's two mediums I remember seeing where they show it. One was in the movie Gangs of New York with the DiCaprio.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the other one is another show called Copper.
Mm-hmm.
Television show not too long ago, and they went into detail. One of the main characters, Mexican American, that served in the Civil War, with the main character who was an Irish.
Yeah. Let me tell you, I saw one of those movies. You should read the history on it, brother. Those movies are not close. It is insane about all of the people, 5,000 of them, all over the country. They're getting lynched because they were angry because they did not want to free the slaves in the North. But the president drafted them, and they were so angry about it. So America acts like, they just outgrew slavery. They outgrew racism. They were shot and killed, and that's why they gave up the slaves. And that's a fact. Ephraim. Mm-hmm. Give him a hand. Let's get into it. You got it. Good to see you, Warrior. I try to move quick, all right?
Mexican math.
Also, this week, Akim, just so you know, online, I'll be teaching a class in Washington, D.C. this Wednesday. This Wednesday in Washington, D.C. Also, I'll be doing my Rockefeller shot. Also, of course, online, we'll be doing the regular Thursday class as well online. I'll be in person in Washington, D.C. at the D.C. school this Wednesday. All right? I'll be online Thursday. Good to go. Please.
Mexican heroin, Mexican fentanyl. 20 years ago in Montana, meth was homemade. It was homegrown. And it had purity levels less than 30%.
Can you pause it for
today?
A second? Also, what about across the line? You in here? Let me know. Okay. Now, everyone, of course, heard that Donald Trump is invading. Where is he invading? The other one, the first one, the Venezuela. He's invading Venezuela because he wants to stop the drugs from coming into the country. Because white people are so against drugs. White people love drugs. White people, there's no one snorting more cocaine than white people. They love drugs. Now, here's a governor or some type of politician reminiscing about the time when they can get good, sweet American-made drugs. Go ahead and play it.
The flood of Mexican meth, Mexican heroin, Mexican fentanyl. 20 years ago in Montana, meth was homemade. It was homegrown. And it had purity levels less than 30%. Today, the meth that is getting into Montana is Mexican cartel.
Listen, that sounds like a better deal. That's better meth. You're getting better meth from the Mexicans, huh? Listen, and let me tell you, he's saying that. He used to smoke that meth up. You hear him? He said, man, back in my day, the meth was sweet. It didn't make you go crazy. The meth was like a warm bath. It was just relaxing. Good Montana meth. That's what I grew up on. Now you got this old spit meth. It's too strong. It's too strong, the meth that comes from Mexico. These white people relished the time when they made their own meth. That was like sitting down in a warm bathtub. Sweet and wonderful. There is no one that loves drugs more than white people. And this whole myth, like they're fighting a war to end drug addiction, is a lie. It's a lie. They love drugs. They love cocaine. They love meth. Here's a damn governor reminiscing about the good old days when you had good, sweet Montana meth. It wasn't all strong and make you bug out. Meth that'll make you just happy and sit down and relax and molest a child. But this new meth make you shoot up a liquor store. White people love drugs, Doc. And there's a myth in your mind like you're the drug addict. You're a drug addict because you lived around one for too long. That's it. You've been living with the biggest drug addict on the planet for too long, and you now behave like him. Next video.
Sorry, this is a little off topic.
Go ahead.
You ever seen the clip of that Edomite pastor talking about snorting cocaine?
I have not. Go ahead.
I have to show you this real quick.
Go ahead.
Because it's that same, you have that same thought, like he's done it.
Yeah. Go ahead. Nothing.
You remember Mayor Marion Barry?
Right. They acted like Marion Barry was a phenomenon. White people are smoking crack just like Marion Barry, if not worse. Whatever.
With him I'll stay. The one of his children hold one day. I know every anthem. Like a thief in the night. I know them all. Keep the beat going. Keep the beat going. I'm clapping. I'm praising. I feel like I just snorted cocaine or something. I'm so excited. And I never did that before. For the record. For the record. For the record. For the record. But I'm clapping my hands. All of a sudden.
I don't know about that record, Pastor. I don't know about that. For the record. I know what they say about me, but it ain't true. It's true. Keep going. Go ahead. Please, Jersey. Microphone.
Sir,
Please.
Can you get a brief breakdown on these Africans that's trying to say that they built the country and they trying to take over Black History Month, stuff like that? There's a lot going on social media where a lot of Africans or melanated people is trying to say they the reason America is great and stuff like that. So
I haven't heard about that. Okay, I've never heard that before just now. But so you're saying the Africans are saying they're the one.
Going crazy or talking about the immigrants built this country and America's great because of the Africans. Another thing I was thinking too, it's like it's not on topic, but I think a lot of like when an African American or so-called, we know it's a Judite, sir. But when they say yo, we did this or we did that, the Africans come in and try to say, well, that's because we all African. They try to like little bro us. Like
I got you. I understand.
The only reason we're great is because we're African. Can you break that down a little bit, sir, if you can?
Well, this is my first time hearing about it, but it does sound very familiar. It sounds just like the same thing that every other nation does with us, taking our achievements as their own. It sounds like the same thing. I'd have to think to give you a precept for it, but it sounds like the exact same thing that every other nation does. America talks about how they're so great and they're so free and all of the freedoms they have here, which really are freedoms that we fought for. America would have no freedoms without Blacks and Latinos. America would be Russia. The only reason that everything good about America that people like is because of Blacks and Latinos. Otherwise, there would be no freedoms here. There would be nothing here but getting shot, getting killed, and getting raped. That would be it. Everything. What do people love about America? All of the freedom. Give me some freedom that you have in America. The ability to say what you want. That's from Black people. That's from Latinos. We're the ones that the labor movement. The labor movement is from Latinos. It's from the tribe of Judah, Black people. Everything that you love about America, the freedoms, come from us. White people did not give any freedoms. White people took them. So it sounds like the exact same thing that white people do. After we build the country, then other nations jump in to celebrate it. They jump in to now take the credit for something that we built. It sounds like that. I'll find a precept for you in 1 second, all right?
They're trying to take over HBCUs. They all over. Like, where the African colleges?
My God, exactly. Lord knows they have the money. Lord knows Africans have the money to have their own goddamn countries. Africans could do nothing but catch AIDS and eat people. And that's all they're doing over there is eating the feet off of albinos. That's African culture. Even when Africans talk about African culture, that's not African culture. African culture is cannibalism. That's a fact. They'll put you know what they do? They use Islamic culture, black culture, to talk about African culture. That's not African culture. African culture is cannibalism. That is real African culture. All the rest of it is not really African culture. It's Christianity. What? And then, of course, what's the biggest religion in Africa? Christianity. What's number 2? Islam. That's not African culture. Eating the feet off of an albino, taking an albino child of 9 years old, cutting their feet off and eating them, and thinking that now you have magical powers. That's African culture. Please, Vanessa, come on. Mm-hmm.
You, sir, happen to see the New York Marathon?
I did not.
Where there was an Amite in the lead for a very long time. I went the wrong way because he was following motorcycles with cameras and he went over, and then they had to guide him back. He looked like he was running about to fly.
Go ahead.
Right at the finish line, looks like the brother. Representing the USA. He passed him, like literally, like just a few inches from the.
Damn.
And he won it, and then the African, he looked like he wanted to leave. And he collapsed, and everybody was on the news, and it was sympathetic.
Well, I'm sure it was. I give him a hand. I'm sure it was. I didn't see that. God damn. That's what he gets. Go ahead, Ephraim.
There was the EO explicitly laid out the details. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
It's okay. I'm asking for your understanding. How do you interpret DEI?
Okay, let me give him each video. I'll try to give him a speed up to let him know. Now, this cat, you might not remember Doge, right? Doge was this government agency that was temporary. It was led by Elon Musk, and they were supposed to go through every government agency and get rid of DEI. What is DEI? DEI is the only government program that would attempt to fight inherent racism in the government. That's it. It was so much racism in the government, and racists would never allow blacks and Latinos to have any job, or women to get a job at all. And so Doge came in to wipe away any provision to stop racism. If you want to know what anti-DEI programs are, here's what they are by definition. A program to stop a program that stops racism. There were programs to stop racism, to not allow racists to decide who gets hired. Doge came in to make sure that racism decides who gets hired. So this is one of the people who worked for the government, and it was his job to cut federal funding, to cut grants, to make sure there was no DEI. They're asking him, what is DEI? Play.
Today in this deposition.
Well, it was exactly what was written in the EO. And so anytime that we would look at a grant through the lens of complying with an executive order, we would just refer back to the EO and assess if this grant had relation to it.
Okay, but I guess I'm stepping back from your methodology strictly interpreting the grants. Do you have an understanding, as you sit here today, of what DEI means?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your understanding of what it means?
Well, it is exactly what was written in the EO. And I don't have the EO in front of me, but that was we would always reference back to the EO and make sure that this grant was in compliance with the EO.
I understand that. Okay, but I'm not asking necessarily about
a little fast, too.
I'm asking.
Okay, let me speed your head to the obvious part. This devil doesn't know what DEI is, huh? And he's at a deposition where they're just asking him, what is DEI? He said, well, I refer to the executive order, the EO. The EO said, get rid of all DEI. Okay, what is DEI? Huh? Say what? What is it? Well, I refer to the executive order. But what is it, though? Huh? Say what? He does not know what it is. And he was getting $1 billion to get rid of it. And he does not know what it is. Why? Because he cannot say what he was actually doing. He was just getting rid of anything that helps Black people, anything that helps women, anything that helps Latinos, just getting rid of it. If it's anything, and which is why the federal government got rid of anything that remembered a Black or Latino hero in the white man's military. Got rid of Harriet Tubman. got rid of any remembrance of anyone that's black or Latino or a woman at all. And he can't say that at the deposition. So he can't say what DEI is, because really what DEI is government sanctioned racism allowed to flourish because he's now in the position to get rid of DEI, which temporarily stopped racism. It made sure that white people were forced to give you a job. That's it. If you want to get what DEI is, racist white people were forced against their will to hire you. They didn't want to hire you, but they were forced to. The same thing is happening right now in the NFL. The NFL has the Rooney Rule. The Rooney Rule forces the NFL owners to do what? To give you an interview. That's it. That system has hired about 7 coaches. That's it. 7 coaches. Because, brother, without being forced to give you an interview, those bastards would not bring you down for an interview. Someone has to force white people to do what's right, which is why white people are going to be excellent slaves, because they operate better under the yoke. They operate better under the chain, under the whip. They don't just do the right thing because they should. You think by now white people would say, come on now, we got to stop being racist the way we are. Come on, can't we at least? You telling me the owners in the NFL, the Rooney Rule is the sickeningest thing to me. Right. Because it is forcing them to interview a nigga? To interview. So you telling me, damn, so you telling me without a sanction and a fine, you won't shake my hand and look at my resume? That's it? So someone has to, the fact that they ever had DEI, or what they used to call affirmative action, should tell you how evil white people are. Because they would not have you in for a meeting unless they were forced to. This is the man to get rid of DEI, which means he makes sure you never get into that meeting. He makes sure if they say he's black, don't give him a meeting. She's a woman, don't give her a meeting. She's a black woman, fire her. Get rid of all of them. That is what anti-DEI is. It is racism being sanctioned. And DEI was white people being forced to hire you against their will. Go ahead and play it. I think we're done with that. That's good to go.
ChatGPT.
Go ahead. Now, Slacky, this one is when they ask him about the programs that he canceled, and he'll explain why he canceled them. Go ahead.
There's an assessment here that a documentary is DEI if it explores historical events that significantly impacted black civil rights?
Yes.
Okay. Why would that be DEI?
It's focused on a singular race. It is not for the benefit. It is not for the benefit of humankind. It is focused on a specific group of, or a specific race. Here being black.
Why would learning about anti-black violence not be to the benefit of humankind?
Jackson.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, then what are you saying?
I'm saying it relates to diversity, equity, and inclusion.
You said it's not to the benefit of humankind, right?
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. Who said that? Who are you talking about? Who? That's enough. I didn't say that. Brother, now, when you hear this, think about you went through your entire life learning everything that there is to know about white people. That's all you know. All you know is white history. All you know is George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin and Alexander Graham Bell and Thomas Edison. And no one ever said, that is white, so you shouldn't learn that. No one ever said that doesn't benefit mankind. But to learn about Black and Latino history, that doesn't help mankind. What good does that do for mankind to learn about Black people? Anti-DEI programs is government-sanctioned racism. DEI programs are programs that force racist white people to give you a chance. That's it. Next, please. We probably can't get to the other things. Tazaria, what about cross the line? Okay, what time do you want me to end? Go.
Of course, the still at work for them. Erica Kirk was appointed to the Air
For time's sake, I might need this. You're right. But for time's sake, let's get into the bomb. Let's get into the terrorist attack that happened today. All right. And do you have Sarah Silverman? Can someone find that for me? Hardcore. Get out of here. Give him a hand. Hardcore. Well done. Grok. Go ahead, Grok. Oh, man. Listen, there's enough to make you angry. Yeah, make sure. Let me tell for those of you that might not have heard about it today, and I think it was Springfield, Ohio. I could be wrong. Please.
Attack occurred at a Jewish school in the U.S. Fox News.
Under 1 hour ago, we are still. This is still being described as an active shooter situation. An alert has gone out there in Bloomfield, Michigan. The state police is asking for the community members there to stay away from the area to allow the police to respond. Troopers are also increasing patrols at other places of worship in this district. The address there describes Temple Israel, which, according to their website, describes themselves as the nation's largest Reform synagogue on their website. But again, the police are on the scene. You're looking live, West Bloomfield Township, Michigan. We've got Bill Daly on the.
You can't see the caption, so it says an unidentified individual ran the vehicle into a synagogue building, exited the car, and opened fire.
An unidentified individual rammed their car into a synagogue and opened fire. I would check on that open fire part, because every report I heard said that she was in possession of a firearm. I would see if she actually fired that gun or if she just had the gun in the car. You can double check. I would double check on that. There was a terrorist attack today to a synagogue in Ohio, and they drove a car through the doors of the synagogue, and then the guards of the synagogue killed the assailant. This person was shot dead who tried to drive this car through this synagogue today. And the media is out in Ohio right now praying for this synagogue, praying for her, saying that these acts of anti-Semitism cannot stand. It is a terrible thing that happened to this synagogue. How dare these people bring violence to a place of God, to a place of worship? And as I watched this today, I thought about how there is now yet another white privilege. Let me give you another white privilege. Sympathy. Sympathy. Because this exact same thing happened to a branch of the Israelite school of UPK. This exact same thing. And let me tell you what the media said when it happened to us. This is Sarah Silverman on the night that someone, let me tell you what happened in Indianapolis. Captain Kaposh, put him on the screen. Oh, you audio. Captain Kaposh, you there?
Yes, sir.
Give Captain Kaposh a hand up. Captain Kaposh, you heard about what happened in Ohio today, right?
I'm hearing about it right now from you, Ottawa.
Oh, my God. Captain Kaposh, today there was a dreadful, terrible. A person who was angry because the United States of America killed 150. It happened 2 days ago. Well, what happened next? Someone who loves children, who cares about babies,
It's freezing on my end.
Learn. Children are here, and they condemn this terrorist attack. And of course, the Israelite school, when they hurt other people's children, when they kill Iranian
It's freezing on my end. I'm gonna jump out.
It was a woman that attacked the Israelite school of UPK. It was a woman. I don't know whether it was a woman or a man that attacked this synagogue, but it was a woman. And of course, you might kill that for me, please. Of course, the woman that attacked the Israelite school of UPK, she's alive because Captain Kapash and his men, they detained the woman. They detained her and held her for the police. The person that attacked this synagogue got killed. They're dead. And please understand this. The Israelite school of UPK, we are armed enough to invade hell. That's how many guns we have in here. We have enough guns to invade hell if we wanted to. And these brothers in Indianapolis were well armed. All of our guards are armed. All of our guards are highly armed. They had guns and they held her, and she was not touched. She was not harmed. She was an Arab woman, and they took her out the car and held her for the police, and her hijab was not rough. Her Muslim headpiece was still on her head when the police came to arrest her. The person that drove their car into this synagogue is dead. Remember that for later. You know what that proves? That proves, first of all, that in the Israelite school of UPK, we guard each other. We're well armed to guard each other. We're all trained in self-defense. And even though we're trained, even though we have legal guns, even though we're prepared to defend ourselves, take a life and man. Well, let me explain the Israelite school of UPK to you. We are well armed and ready to defend our members, which means we are better Jews than white Jews. And with that power, we still did not harm someone, which means we're better Christians than the Christians. In the Israelite school of UPK, we are twice as good as being Jews as white Jews. And we are twice as good at being Christians than white Christians. We're better than them. We are better at protecting our people than white Jews are. Our people don't get harmed. You can't harm someone in the UPK. You forfeit your life for harming someone in here. Everyone understands that. That's something that is known. You don't get away with harming a brother or sister in that school. One way or another, in some legal fashion, FBI, there'll be a judgment, there'll be justice, because we protect each other, which makes us better Jews than white Jews. White Jews don't protect each other. White Jews don't care about each other enough to make sure they're protected. That's why Captain Shamal Allah, you in here tonight? Captain Shamal Waller, you make sure that every branch of the UPK is protected. You make sure that there is some type of protection against our buildings being shot, some type of bulletproof protection over every school in the UPK. Do you understand? Now, in doing so, you're a better Jew than every Amalekite. You're a better Jew than every synagogue. And never, and never do violence to any man unless it's necessary. Never take a life unless you have to. And that makes you better than every Christian. That makes you better than them. We're better Jews than the white Jews. We're better Christians than the white Christians because we defend our people as a Jew is supposed to, and we would never harm anyone unless it was necessary, as a Christian is supposed to. Now, what Christian or Jew can say that? None of them can. Why? Because we're blacks and Latinos, and we know it's not good enough for us to be like white people. We have to be twice as good as them. Everyone understands. Please, brother, Shy Jersey. Whenever you're ready, let me know. Go ahead, brother.
I remember it was a mass shooting, sir, in Orlando, Florida, where an Arab went and shot up a alternative lifestyle nightclub.
I remember.
And he told all the black people, he said, "I can't shoot y'all."
I remember. Well,
and I'm gonna air this out. You know what I'm saying? And he did. But that's just going to show you how destroyed we are as a people, but how safe we are as a people in the ghetto, and we just get ourselves together. Because the Iranians not coming to destroy the black community. They're going to do a Boston bombing and put it right next to white people.
Right next to a Shamrock.
Right.
Right next to the McGilla Bar and Grill. The Shamrock Bar and Grill. Well said. Go ahead, Ephraim.
Yes, sir. We have the
Please.
Sarasota.
Wait, let me get Kapash first. Hold this for the end. Kapash, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kapash, break it down to everyone what happened in Indianapolis that night.
Okay. On that night, basically, I was at the slavery, and I got a message from a brother who was, because we house brothers and sisters. Commander Johanna houses brothers and sisters.
Damn right.
So one of our buildings that we house in brothers and sisters was a single father, a brother, officer in the school, was a single father with 4 kids, and he sent me the text message. You know, it said somebody drove a car into the building.
Kapash, 1 second. Start with the fire. Start with that.
Kanawakan. Well, basically from the footage, what everybody can see from the footage that we had, because we had cameras over the building. The woman parks into the parking lot. Sometimes we get Ubers and drivers, so nobody paid much attention to it. Then out of nowhere, she guns it straight into the building, and the whole building damn near falls down. You know what I mean? The whole security room, the whole thing just drives the car straight into the building. So at that point, the brothers came out, you know what I mean, guns pulled, and they didn't know what was going on. They couldn't tell, but once they got a hold of the situation, they got the woman and detained her. They got the woman and detained her. Brothers got on post on the street because brothers was also kind of making sure if she had any accomplices, or if this was multiple people trying to attack or what. So it was brothers posted on the street. Brothers was armed. All the brothers showed up, but at the same time, before the police, we was 8-10 deep. You know what I mean, armed before the police even arrived. A fire truck came. You know what I'm saying? The building was crumbling. You know what I mean? We wanted to stay away from the car. You know what I mean? You know if the car was going to blow up. But when the police came, we gave her over into the police, filled out the police reports. They got the car out the building. And
let me stop you, Kapash. Kapash, Ragathai Hawaii Awashab. Give Captain Kapash a hand. Captain Kapash, what happened with the trash can before that? Did something happen with a trash can?
Oh, yeah, that's why we was on high alert, because we had two or three incidents before that. Before that happened, it led up multiple attacks on our building. One attack was they set a trash can on fire in the back.
Now let me stop you, Kapash. Because of course that school in Indianapolis is protected. Of course, it's on record as a trash can on fire. You understand what she actually was trying to do, Kapash, correct? What was she trying to do?
Trying to burn down the building.
She was trying to burn down that building with a brother and his child living in that building. We could have died. This woman came. How many times was it on fire? Once or twice?
2 times.
2 times this woman came to burn down our school. Each time, nothing happened. Each time, nothing happened because there are angels watching over that school. Angels of God. He tried to burn our building down. We came outside. What we do? Put the trash can fire out. That was that. When the fire did not burn our school down, she tried twice to burn our school down with us inside of it, with children inside of it. The same way there were children in that synagogue. She tried to burn down that building with children in it. Both times the fire did not work. What did she do finally? Drove her car, gunned it through the wall of the school. Brothers came outside with enough guns to invade hell, came outside, posted up all over the block, dragged that bitch out the car. Didn't hurt her. Didn't rape her. That's better than the Marines can tell you. Because if the Marines drag you over in Iraq, they're going to rape you first. Right. That's what the Marines will do. Everyone who knows I'm telling the truth. If you're a woman over there in Iraq and Afghanistan and you get detained by the Marines, you're getting raped for a couple of hours. Please, Ephraim. Jesus Christ, Ephraim. If you're a man, the Israeli Defense Foundation are going to rape you for a few minutes. Just rape you to make sure you're ready for questioning. Then they'll release you to the interrogators after you're nice and loose from the rape. What did the UPK do? Defended the brothers. Jewish people don't defend each other. How do I know this? Does America love the Jews? Love them to death? Why does America constantly put Jewish people in danger all the time by killing Arab children, by killing Iranian children? Doesn't Donald Trump know that when he bombs a building full of Iranian children, that they're going to take it out on Israeli children? What does that tell you? We love our children more than America loves Jewish people. America does not love Jewish people. America wants the money that Jewish people have. Because if America loved Jewish people, they wouldn't kill Muslims so much. Because every time America kills a Muslim, the Muslims go kill someone that's Jewish. If America loved the Jewish people, they wouldn't have reason for Jewish people to have the revenge to be taken out on them. Because 2 days ago, America killed 150 children. That's what they did. And so what was obviously going to happen next? Someone was going to try to kill Israeli children, which means what? They're not good Jews. White people are terrible Jews. Benjamin Netanyahu, I have pictures of him in my phone at a lobster restaurant. You can Google this. He's sitting down cracking open a big lobster. Benjamin Netanyahu. You think Jewish people, they eat pork, they eat shrimp, they eat lobster, they do it all. The largest gay community in the Middle East is in, you guessed it, Tel Aviv. White people are terrible Jews. Terrible Jews. We're twice as good a Jew as any white man. Twice as good. You think a Christian would have not killed that white woman? Christians will shoot you if you're driving at a protest. An ICE agent will kill a woman, will kill you for any reason. Those ICE agents that murdered those people in Wisconsin, they were Christians. They were God loves everybody Christians. You see how we have to battle over God loving everybody? Ask those ICE agents, does God love everybody? What would they say? You know, don't you, brother right here? If I ask an ICE agent, does God love everybody? What will he say? He'll say yes. If I say, does God forgive sins? What will he say? If I say, does God love everybody and forgive all their sins? What will he say? And what did he do when a woman turned her car wheel? What did he do? Blow her head off. Which means we are twice the Christian that any white man could ever be. Because we did not kill when we could have. Kapash could have killed that woman. He would have not went to jail. There would have been no repercussion. He could have just blew her head off like he was an ICE agent in Wisconsin. But his morality is greater than any ICE agent. He is twice the Christian of any ICE agent. He spared her life. By the way, for all of you that call us an evil hate group, she was an Arab. She wasn't black or Latino. But Kapash is black and a Latino. Do you understand? Her race had nothing to do with it. Our race is why we don't murder. Who we are is why we don't eat pork and eat shrimp and molest children. That Arab woman went to jail safe and sound. A Christian protesting in Wisconsin can't say the same thing when there's another Christian with a gun. They can't say the same thing. Everybody understands? You good to go, please?
Doesn't care about.
Please play this. Play PK.
Authorities. No stupid rules of engagement, no nation building with maximum authorities. No stupid rules of engagement, no nation building quagmire, no democracy building exercise, no politically correct wars.
Now, let me
We
tell you
fight to
something.
win,
This
and we
video
don't-
came out about 3 days before that school was bombed. Play it one more time.
Authorities. No stupid rules of engagement, no nation building quagmire, no democracy building exercise, no politically correct wars.
Stop. Pete Hegseth said, no politically correct wars. No. Brother, when I saw this before that school got bombed, I knew what that meant. When the white man says, we're not going to have a woke war, we're not going to have a politically correct war, I knew just what that meant. You know what that means? That means we're going to kill children. We're going to shoot who we want to shoot. We're not going to care. Since this school was attacked by America, you know what I've heard in the news? Who made the mistake? Who made the error? How did this school get bombed? We don't target children, so how did this school get bombed? This is what I haven't heard. Maybe they did it on purpose. Why do you think someone had to make a mistake for the white man to bomb a school? You're wondering, was it AI? Did AI do it? Was there some other reason? Was there a miscalculation? What if they did it on purpose? What if they just said, we're going to bomb these schools to teach these Iranians that they need to quit? We're going to kill their children. Pete Hegseth just said, we're not going to have a politically correct war. They did it on purpose. They killed those kids on purpose. Do you think they care about children? You never heard of Epstein Island? They care about kids or children. They killed those children on purpose. It was not a mistake. They have all, goddamn, you don't have enough satellites? How much technology do you have to have before you could not kill a school that everyone knows is a school? They did it on purpose. You know how you'll know? In a few days, someone from the government will say, well, the Iranians don't want their children to die. They shouldn't threaten our security. That's their fault that that school got killed. They killed those kids on purpose. What was the obvious result? Then the Iranians will try to kill your schools and your children in the synagogue. They don't love you. America did it on purpose because Americans are cruel. They're evil. Jewish people are cruel and evil. The Israelite school of UPK, we're the real Jews. And we're twice as good a Jew than any white man could ever be. And we are twice as good a Christian than any white man could ever be, because we're merciful and kind and slow to anger, even when provoked. Now, what Christian could say that? What ICE agent could say that? Is it now? Kapash, if you want to know what real anti-Semitism is, I'll show it to you right now. I'll show you what anti-Semitism looks at. We were threatened. They tried to burn down our synagogue. twice. After it didn't work because of God's protection, they just drove a car into our school with children on the premises. We came outside and arrested her without harming her at all. Let me show you what the media said about it. Play.
War broke out in the Middle East. Hate crimes have been on the rise here in America. Luckily, some of the people
Back on some research. Yikes.
As you know, ever since war broke out in the Middle East, hate crimes have been on the rise here in America. Luckily, some of the people committing these hate crimes are not the brightest candles in the menorah.
A woman faces charges after confessing to.
I mean, this is anti-Semitic. Luckily, you know what that means? That means luckily they attacked black Jews. Luckily, they did not attack any white Jews. Luckily, they only attack niggers and spits this day. Can you imagine ever saying luckily if a Jewish synagogue full of white people got attacked? Well, luckily, it was just a white synagogue. This is anti-Semitic. This is it. But this is allowed. They're allowed to be anti-Semitic when it comes to us. What do we believe differently than white Jews? White Jews don't think that we're Jews. We don't think that they're Jews. Why are we any different? The only difference is we actually keep the law of Moses, and they do not. They don't keep it. This bitch just said in this attack, luckily the terrorists attacked, so were so stupid, they attacked an Israelite group. Luckily, they only attacked niggers and spigs. Go ahead and play it.
On the rise here in America. Luckily, some of the people committing these hate crimes are not the brightest candles in the menorah.
A woman faces charges after confessing to a crash targeting the Indianapolis Jewish community. IMPD arrested Ruba Al-Magath. late Friday night. Police say she drove into a building and told officers she thought it was an Israel school and that she did it on purpose.
In fact, the building belongs to the Black Hebrew Israelites, which is designated by the Anti-Defamation League as an anti-Semitic hate group that believes Jews are satanic.
Oh, the laughter. The laughter. They laughed because we're not white. We believe, let me tell you something, when you go home to your mamas and your grandmamas, there is nothing that we believe in the Israelite School of UPK that is different than Jewish people believe. It is the exact same thing. The only difference is we believe that blacks and Latinos are the chosen people of God. They believe that white people are the chosen people of God. The other difference is we actually keep the law and they do not. That's the difference. Why are we a hate group and Jewish people are not? Jewish people believe that they are the chosen people of God. They believe everyone else are the Goyim, which means heathen. It's the exact same belief. But we are not allowed to think that we are special. We're not allowed to think we're the chosen people of God. And terrorists are allowed to attack us. And America thinks it's funny. Any attack on the Israelite School of UPK is anti-Semitism. That's what it is. It's real anti-Semitism, except it's the anti-Semitism that is acceptable and allowed in America. Everyone understands. That passed the class. Who's taking the class? I'm sorry. Please, Salah. 1 second, New Jersey. Go ahead.
She meant to crash into a building full of Jews, but ended up crashing. She meant to crash into a building full of Jews, but ended up crashing into a building full of people who hate Jews. Like, what a meet cute.
Let me tell you what every white synagogue is. Every white synagogue is a place full of people that hate black people, that hate Latinos. That's why they never will accept you as being a Jew. Otherwise, white Jews would say, we're all Semitic. We all come from Shem. White Jews believe that Latinos are not Jews. They believe that black people are not Jews, but they're not considered a hate group. And attacking them is not a joke. It's not funny. But attacking us is funny. Attacking the Israelite School of UPK, that is an act of anti-Semitism. But it's anti-Semitism that's accepted in America. Everyone understands. Ephraim? With that, what's your name again, Warrior? Who's taking the class? What's your name? Officer Dunya, pass the class over to priest officer.
Security announcements, we the ISUPK star 1 West.
Let me roll on you before you do this, sucker, right? Give me a salute, not roll out. You can go. What? You can go.
So, my one courtesy salute to the teacher.
How about Shemiel Shai Barakathon? Who are
So, sisters, one courtesy salute. Imagine Shabbat, imagine Rock, Yahweh, Yahweh, Smith.